So I'm excited to share with you today a project that I made a few years ago, but recently I completely, redesigned it and improved upon it. Okay, so the project I made a few years ago is Our Budget or My Budget. There's two different covers to choose from. Um, so this was just a budget pack, to help you, in your budgeting, give you forms and just a nice little pack, for you to budget. Anyway, so I made that a few years ago, and throughout the years, I tweak it and redo it for my own personal use in Our Budget. Well, about a month or so ago, I decided that it was time to just completely, like overhaul the whole thing. To take how I've been tweaking it throughout the years and update the budget. So that's what I'm going to be showing you today. I'm going to be showing you the updated one, and it's completely, improved, redesigned. It even has more pages now. So if you have already ordered this before, in the next few days, you'll be getting an email with this update one, for free, because once you order from me through CurrClick, any updates I make, you automatically get the newest version. Anyhow, so this is an undated planner. That means you buy it one time and you just reprint it every year whenever you need it, or every month, however you choose to use it. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you two, okay? This is the one I'm going to show you first, and this one is going to show you every page that I made available for you to choose from, okay? After I show you that one, then I will show you this one. This one has already been spiral bound, and this is ours. Okay, so just because I made, multiple pages to choose from does not mean you're going to use every single page. I don't even use every single page, okay? I made some pages with different layouts because some people may choose one layout over the other, or some people may not have as many bills or as many debts as others have. So some of the layouts are different. Okay, so the first part, I will show you every page that was made and tell you kind of a little bit how to use it. Then the second part, I will show you ours. Okay, this is mine and my husband's personal budget. So in this one, it will only show you the pages that we choose to use and how we set it up. Okay, so be sure to stay for that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera around. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you, whenever you download it, you have the option of choosing between two covers, the My Budget or the Our Budget. So if you're budgeting with someone, then you may choose to use the Our Budget, or if you're budgeting by yourself, My Budget. Now, this is kind of gray, and this one's a little bit purple. It will be this gray. I was a little bit low on ink, and it turned into this purple here. Okay? All right, so the first thing, after the cover, the next page you will print off is this. And this is just a pocket where you can insert all of your bills as they come in. Just put them here, and the idea is whenever it's time to budget, you will have all of your bills all in one place. And this is just like a thank you for downloading page. Okay, these next pages, this is just like my information to you, the way we budget and stuff like that. Okay, here I show you all the pages that we use. Okay, so just because I created all of these pages does not mean that we even use all these pages. Okay, we use the pages that we need. I printed different pages for different people depending on their situations. Okay, so the first section you'll see is the tracking expenses. And you can pause the video if you need to, if you want to read this. Okay, but these are the pages that come in the tracking expenses. Okay, and you can see I say here to only pick one of the first three sheets to use. So you will either pick tracking expenses category style, or the checkbook register, okay? But you will not need all three, only pick one. We personally use the category style one. And then you may wish to use the Where Did My Money Go sheet. personally, for us, we use this one sheet. By using this sheet, I do not need these two sheets, and I also do not need this one, okay? Because this one sheet takes care of these two and this one, okay? And then also you have a keys for category sheet. Okay, so the tracking expenses, you just put the date and the place you made the transaction at, the category, the amount, and note. So for example, you may put like, you would put the date, you may put McDonald's, the category would be eating out, okay? After you get all of this filled out, then you may wish to color code, okay? So color coding, once it's all filled out, color coding allows you to see very quickly, where you have the most trouble spending your money. Maybe you have the most categories highlighted that are eating out. Well, you need to work on fixing that, right? Okay, so this sheet is very much the same as this sheet. The idea is the exact same, except this would replace your checkbook register if you wish. You can put your withdrawals, the categories, that's the same. The only difference is these two sections where you can add deposits and add your ending balance. Still color code, like categories, okay? So the checkbook register and the tracking expense are the same idea. Okay, this sheet, however, is different. This one sheet, if you choose to use this one, you do not need those two that I just showed you. Here, the reason is because it's already broken into categories. Just fill in the category. It's like you may put eating out, groceries, fuel, clothing, whatever your categories are. They'll be different for each family. And then put the amounts that you paid, and then you put the total here. Okay, so the total that you spent in eating out or groceries or whatever. And if you need more room and you don't need all this many different categories, you may have groceries here in the total and you may still be spending grocery money. We'll bring it down here, groceries and the total again. Okay, so the total budget amount and the actual amount spent for your whole budget, okay, goes here. But this is the category style. So this sheet takes care of those other two that I showed you. And it also takes care of the Where Did My Money Go sheet. So here you can put like all your categories. You may put, like eating out. Maybe you only budgeted, $50 for that month for eating out, but maybe you spent $100, Well, you went over budget. So you either need to budget more next time, or you need to figure out a way to stick to your budget, okay? So this sheet takes care of that as well, because it has the actual amount here. Next here is the key for categories. And this sheet, you just put the category, like for us, groceries, we use the abbreviation GR. Money comes from, does it come from cash? Does it come from your debit card? Okay. And you may wish to go ahead and color code, that way that all the groceries are in yellow. And then back here on your tracking expenses, maybe all the groceries are in yellow. Okay. The next thing that you'll get are calendars from January through December. Okay. Now, in this sample that I printed off to show you, I only printed off one calendar, okay, and it's January. All of the calendars look the exact same, except they will have a different month, okay? And like I said, this is undated, okay, so you can, you never have to buy it again. All right, so you just fill in the dates and fill in on what days your bills are due. What day is your mortgage due, your car insurance, electric bill, whatever. Fill in all the dates that your bills are due, and also fill in anything that requires you to spend money, whether it's a doctor's appointment or a trip or, an oil change, whatever the case may be. Anything that requires you to spend money, fill that here as well. And there are sections up here to where you can list a paycheck. So like my husband, we get paid twice a month. We get paid on the 15th and then the last day of each month. So I will put, January 15th, then January 31st. And I'll color code, like maybe, the 15th may be yellow, or the 31st may be orange, whatever. And any bills that come out of the 15th paycheck will be in the same color as the 15th up here. Any bills that come out of 31st will be in the same color as whatever I choose to color code the 31st as, okay? So on the download, after all of the calendars are listed, Then there will be the creating a budget section, and you can pause it if you need to, and these are the forms, the sheets that you get to choose from. The first one is unforeseen expenses, and this tells you how to use it. Basically, the idea is anything that comes up that you did not expect. You know, maybe your child needs $5 for school next week, or maybe there's an extra doctor bill that you were not expecting. Anything that comes up as they come in, just write them down. That way you will have them all in one place whenever it is time to create your next budget, and you will be able to budget for them. Okay, so after this, then you get the monthly expense sheet. Okay, so, all right, so this monthly expense sheet, it's a 2-page, okay? So you need both these pages for each budget. And you can use this to budget once a month or from paycheck to paycheck. Okay, I know that we have always budgeted paycheck to paycheck. Always. It's just so much easier that way. However, this past month we decided to try a monthly budget. So far so good. It's not the end of the month yet, so we'll see. But anyway, but this can be used for each paycheck or for the entire month, okay? So you just list your bills, and this is the actual bills. You know, like maybe you have a mortgage payment or a car loan or, you know, electric bill, whatever. You just, there's 2 ways you can use this, okay? You can actually put the amount that you anticipate it to be, you expect the amount to be, and then as it comes in, how much it actually is. There's a date when it's due, a note section. So up here, you put the income that you actually get, okay? How much your check actually was. Any amount that's left over, you put here, okay? And then you budget for, and this budget for is things like groceries, tithes, clothing, you know, auto maintenance, whatever, fuel. Again, you can choose to use it as what you hope to budget for and what you actually budgeted for. There's a note section. Anything that's left, you put up here in the income, or sorry, and then for, yeah, up here in the income left, and then the saving for, this is things you're saving for, like maybe you're saving for a couch or a vacation. Okay, how much you hope to put back into savings for those items, how much you actually put into savings for those items, and after you put money back, how much do you now have saved up for those items? And again, a note section. If you know me, you know that I like having a note section. Okay, whatever money is left, list your debts here and throw all that money to your debt. Okay, the idea is to have nothing left over. Okay, after your bills are paid, you have your food, you have your savings, you paid your debt, you want a zero, you want an income equals expenses budget. So you want a zero budget here, okay? Now, so that's one way you can use it, you know, budget for or actual, okay? Like I said, you can use this for a month or each paycheck. Another way you could use this for 2 paychecks is if you just kind of ignore the budget and the actual part and just use this as one paycheck and this as the second paycheck, you know, that's possible, okay? All right, so if this is too much for you, this is the one that we use. If this is too much for you or too confusing, or you're just starting out, you may wish to use this very simple form here. This is just bare bones. You write your bill, how much it was due, your check date, you know, what check these bills came out of, and a note. If you have a note. This is very simple, okay? Regardless of which of those 2 forms you choose to use, you may wish to use the cash to take out. This is very self-explanatory, and this is something I've always done. You know, cash out for groceries, like for us, we do $4.50, and that includes, you know, pet food, detergent, you know, shampoo, toilet paper, you know, food, household, makeup. It includes anything and everything. Okay, so like for us, you know, groceries $4.50. I'll put, you know, 400s, then $1.50. Okay, and then I'll just put all the cash out that I need, how much I need of each, and I'll give this to. We'll cut this out and give that to the teller. Okay, the next section is savings, and again, you can pause it, and these are the sheets you get in the savings category. Okay, so those sheets I just showed you on the creating a budget and one of the tracking expenses, those are sheets that you will use every paycheck or every month, however often you choose to budget. okay? And I will show you ours, and I'll show you we only use, I think, 3. I'm pretty sure we only use 3 sheets every time we budget, okay? So that's totally doable. From here on out, these sheets, in my opinion, are long term, okay? Like these sheets will last me like the whole year. I don't have to get into them. You know, I mean, I just may have to write something down in them every time we budget, but I don't have to do new sheets, okay? Now, I have printed out these, except I forgot to print out these 3, and I'm sorry. I will try to insert pictures here. Okay, so the first thing you'll get here is special occasions, and this is where you list birthdays, anniversaries, any annual parties that you have, anything that requires you to spend money for, you know, a special holiday or occasion. List that here. That way, as you're budgeting, you know, you can transfer that to your calendar and be like, oh, so-and-so's birthday or this annual party's coming up, okay? Then, to kind of go along with that, we have some gift ideas here. So this is another sheet that we use. So I'll put like, you know, I'll just use my daughter, for example. You know, I'll put my daughter, what does she want? You know, she wants it for her birthday. How much does it cost? And here's a note section. You know, like I may put this note as I've already bought it, or mom's going to buy it, or, you know, I need to get it from, you know, this store or whatever, okay? This is for your savings goals. So just list any goals that you want, whether it's a couch or, you know, or that vacation or whatever. How much, what the total amount is that you need, how much you hope to make a monthly deposit for the date that you need it, and again, a note section. And again, there's, you know, all the pages that I feel like need an explanation, there is one. Okay, and this goes along with this page. So here you can just list those goals that you have. Okay, so I'm just going to stick with the couch. So you may put couch and the date, and you may put $50. Okay, now I have $50 towards the couch. The next time, you know, couch, put the date. I was only able to have 20. Well, now I have 70, right? You know, so just any things you're saving for, that's just a place to keep track of it. And some people, they just want to write out a savings plan. So here, you know, use this however you want. You may wish to choose, like, write ideas on things to sell to create additional money, or, you know, ways that you can cut costs, get creative. Okay, this is just to where you can write down these ideas and print off as many of any of these pages that you need. Okay, use this how it works best for you. The next section is the debt section. Okay, so I wrote here that you really only need to choose one of the first 4 page layouts. Okay, so debt month by month, debt snowball, debt total, and the lined debt. Okay, so really there's only one of these pages that you need to choose, that you only need to use. You know, using more than that is just not necessary. It's redundant. Okay, so this is a very simple one. You know, for those of you that just want to have a place to list things, this is your sheet. It's very simple. You just write the lender, the balance, the interest rate, the minimum payment, and any extra payment that you make. Okay? There you go. You know, and you don't even have to put the month here. You can put like 2019. You can put, you know, mortgage, the balance, the interest rate, the minimum payment, and maybe your extra payment for January was $100 or whatever. Mortgage, you know, February extra payment, $100, whatever, you know, and have them for different ones if you want, or just put all your different, you know, debts all in one box and do it year by year, month by month, whatever. Okay? Or you may choose to use this one, the debt snowball or the debt avalanche. This can be used for either or. All right. And, all right, sorry about that. My phone quit filming. I had reached my size limit. Okay, so for the debt snowball or avalanche. Okay, so this particular page and this one are the exact same in the information that they collect, except the layout is different. Okay? So you can either put your balance at the end of each month this way or this way. This is the sheet that we choose to use. Okay, so you put your loan name, the loan date, the opening balance, interest rate, minimum payment, the current balance, as in when you filled this out, when you printed this and began keeping track of this, and today's date. Okay, so today's date would be the current balance there. And then, okay, so like you put the year up here. what was your balance in January? A minimum payment, extra payment, how much do you pay total for that loan or whatever in January? And you just continue to do that, and you will see your balance dropping. Now, the difference between the snowball and the avalanche is explained in the page, in the debt cover page. Okay, so you choose, one of those pages, or you may choose to use this. This may be right up your alley. You may just want to see the balance dropping, literally dropping in a vertical sense. And so you may put, mortgage, the date, the payment that you made, and the balance, and just keep track, February payment balance, March payment balance, and do that for all your debts. Okay, again, a debt plan page, maybe some ideas on how to pay off debt faster, side jobs, whatever. Okay. The next section is financial health review, and it shows you this section's optional, and it shows you the pages available and tells you how to use them. Okay, so this is the net worth page, and you can choose this format, layout, or this one. It's the exact same thing. The only difference is on this one, there are more lines for assets and more lines for liabilities. Okay, some people may have more. Okay, so just choose whichever one fits you. Here is the running totals for savings and retirement, and also for debts. So if you don't want to do the net worth, maybe it's too much of a hassle for you, but you would like to kind of capture an overview of your savings and retirement compared to your debts, put this here. The idea is the same, okay, as the savings and the debt you just saw. Just put your balance as you add, put your balance as you pay, okay? Now, if you have more savings than debts, or more debts than savings, or no debts at all, then you may choose to use this. It's the same thing. It's just for savings and retirements only, or this one's for debts only, okay? Last section is the bills. Here's your bill contact info and year-round bills. Okay, so for here, you have the bill contact info, and there's 3 boxes, and each box you can put the bill type, whether it's a mortgage or a credit card, the date it was opened, the company name, its address, its phone number, its fax number, the person who you need to speak to or you prefer speaking with, their extension number, if you have an online account, the website, your username, password, and again, a note section. And this is bills year-round. Okay, so if you have weekly bills, I know there's those commercials on TV for like Rent-A-Center or Rent-to-Own, where you have to pay, each week to own it. Well, maybe you have that, or maybe you have some kind of weekly bill. I don't know. Monthly bills, that's obvious. Annual bills, these are things that can be easy to forget. Like in December every year, you have to pay your real estate and personal property taxes. You may have, like for us, we have an HSLDA, Homeschool Legal Defense Association, that has to be paid every year. NRA, ARIVAC, whatever annual bills you have, keep them here. Okay? Oh, sorry, this is the last section. Extras, aligned note page, and a tax return plan. Okay, so here's the tax return plan. A lot of people, they get all excited about getting, money back, and they just go in below it. Maybe, it might be helpful to, ahead of time, set out with the responsible idea of what would be the best thing to do with that tax return money. Okay, just list your ideas here, and again, a note section. Okay? All right, so like I said, these are the pages you get, except for I forgot to print off those 3 savings for visual aids. Okay? Another thing I forgot to mention was, let me find it. Okay, I told you that this sheet here gets rid of the other tracking expenses, and it also gets rid of the where did my money go. Okay, well, the where did my money go sheet, if you chose to use this, you kind of can get by without even using this because of this. Okay, so like, here, the category is like, let's say groceries. You budget $450, you actually spent, $400, okay? After you do this, this is what you do. Like, even after you make your budget, you still want to track your expenses, okay? And you want to track your expenses always. That way, you kind of know you're staying on track. And whenever you go to make your next budget, you still have a realistic number to work with, okay? After you've made your budget, after you've tracked your expenses, and it's time to make your new budget, but just before you get paid, you can do this sheet. Where did my money go? And groceries, I budgeted $450. I only spent $400, okay? Well, you can get by without using this sheet by using this down here, budget for groceries. If you choose to use it for a whole month or paycheck, whatever, you can budget $450. Well, I only spent $400, yay, I was $50 under, so I put that $50 in savings or whatever, okay? So, by using this sheet and the category style sheet, this one, you don't have to use the other tracking expenses sheet or the where did my money go. But it's up to you. It's however works best for you, okay? All right, so that's that. Now I will show you, I'm not going to explain the sheets like I did in that last part, okay? Because I already explained them. But I'm just going to show you how ours is set up, just so you can see that we do not use all those sheets. Okay, so we have the cover. I have my pocket here. And I went ahead and did the download page and the introductory pages, okay? Now, even though, well, never mind. Okay, I did not actually print this out until the end of January, okay? So, and I haven't even filled this out yet. Okay, I finally just went and got it bound. I've been printing out black and white copies and just using them. But I'll transfer my black and white copies to here, okay? And I'll show that in another video to you. I will show you our budget, okay? But I just want to show you the pages that we have and how we have it personally laid out. That way you can see that you don't have to use every single page. Okay, oh, and P.S. It actually prints out nicely in black and white, okay? So you will have this is how we have ours laid out. We have the monthly calendar. We have the monthly expenses, cash to take out, and the tracking expenses category style. See? And that's it. That is it for each month. So whenever we go to make March's budget, we will have all this filled out for February, and we will use these amounts to get a realistic idea for our March's budget. Okay? So you can see, very simple, right? You have the calendar, the budget sheet of monthly expenses, the cash to take out, and the tracking expense sheet. Okay, and you just use this as you go. All right, and that's that. Now, let's get to the end here. Okay, so here's December. All right, so that's the end of December. Okay, then I have special occasions, and I printed front and back. I set this up to where it'll last me for 1 year, okay? And it's not very thick. You can see it's not thick, okay? So this will last me for 1 year, all right? So we have the special occasions, the gift ideas, the savings goals, and then savings goals totals, savings plan, only just because I like a note section. Savings and retirement totals, the debt snowball, a debt plan, net worth. Okay, and the net worth, I printed enough for 6 months. Instead of doing this every month, we're just going to try to do it every other month, okay? So I printed enough of those for 6. And then we have bills year round, and then the bill contact info, and then a tax return plan, and a notes section, and then I put the key for the categories in the back, okay? And then this is just a blank page, okay? So I just printed that off, and then I took it to an office store and just had it spiral bound. Okay, so if you have any questions, just ask, and thank you for watching.